You're watching For the Health of It, a guide for cancer patients. This is being brought to you by Cooking with Cancer, Inc. Log on to www.cookingwithcancer.org. Hi, I'm Edie Hand, and welcome into my kitchen for the health of it. And joining me is the founder of Cooking with Cancer, Dr. Pineda. Welcome.
Thank you very much, dear.
Well, I'm so excited that we've been telling our viewers that you're going to be cooking up something in the kitchen just for them, and that's you that are dealing with cancer or going through chemo or radiation, or if you have a loved one. And this recipe, what's the name of this recipe we're going to be cooking up today?
We are going to be having a roasted beet with feta cheese.
And now, this beet, the beets, I've never been a big fan of beets, but when I read the symptoms is for anemia, and is that true? Anemia is for this?
Oh, absolutely. It's very rich of all the vitamin B complexes.
Well, that's me. I suffer from anemia a lot I'm a cancer patient, and I lost one of my kidneys to cancer. So can I still, even though I'm not going through chemo or radiation now, is it someone like myself that suffers from that? Would that be a good recipe?
This particular recipe is for anybody. It's good for anybody. It's for normal people and for abnormal people.
I don't know that I fit in the normal category. But since you're a psychiatrist, I'm so glad you're my newfound friend, Cleo. But for everyone out there that's watching, what's the ingredients that we have in this recipe?
Yeah, and let me just make a little introduction to
Okay.
this, because research has found that people taking chemotherapy, adults, they have lost the taste for sweetness. You find them with a lot of these carnation milkshakes and a lot of these milkshakes in the hospital. They never drink it because they cannot tolerate sweetness. This recipe is important because, as you know, the main sources of sugars available to you are through sugarcane and beet. Beet is the source of sugars.
Okay, it's going to become on my diet, beets.
Without the sweetness to it. And that's perhaps the selling point to this. Beyond the fact that we'll have a structure, we'll have fiber, and we'll have a lot of water into it. Additional to that, you will see some rosemary, and rosemary has a cathartic effect, which basically means that will make you go to the bathroom very easily.
Boy, I need to get me a bag of that and carry around.
So ingredients, very simple. A beet, a lime, you have rosemary, you have feta cheese, you have salt, you have some oil, and some pepper.
Okay, and these also are on your cookingwithcancer.org website, so they can find this recipe
Absolutely.
easily.
The recipes are there.
Okay.
And of course, any grocery store will have this for
Have
you.
it easy.
Simple.
Okay.
I have my beet. I'm going to add some salt. I'm going to put some olive oil in there.
You put olive oil. Now, salt, do you use like sea salt, or do you use just regular salt?
Any cooking salt will
Any
do
cooking
it.
salt? Okay.
And then I will simply fold it.
Do you put any pepper in that?
I will
or
put it at
after?
the end of it.
At the end, okay.
And then I will fold it. And since my wife already used the oven and it's warm and I just want to utilize whatever is left out of it,
Yes.
I go to the oven
Okay.
and I put
Let me
this
pull
thing
it
in
right.
here
And
and
then it
leave
would
it
bake.
in until the oven has completely gone cold.
Wow.
And then I have in here the most beautiful thing is a roasted beet. This is the final product. Then I have used, to make it nice and beautiful, a little cutter. And I have cut my cheese out of this, and I have cut my little piece
Let's bring it over here.
of beets in here. And I have put in here the lime juice, to which I have added my pepper.
Pepper.
And there you got it. Just enjoy it and have health with it.
You know, I love that. I'm certainly going to try this myself, and I love it that you've also have it in your Cooking with Cancer bowl. And those two, if you'd like to have this china that benefits the Cooking with Cancer to make things better for you, just go onto their website, as I said, cookingwithcancer.org, so you can can enjoy the china too.
Yeah, and I will say, I will emphasize that the china is not for profit of anything. It's basically to be utilized for the purposes of the research and the kind of help that we can bring to you.
Well, and that's important too for people to know that there's a lot of foundations and ways that you can help in your own communities to do things, and this is something that you're just giving back to the community, is not only your gift of time with these recipes, but as you said, with products and things that you'll have, is so that you can continue certain research and programs of things that can make life better for those that need to have special things just for them.
Absolutely, and we love to do this so dearly, my dear. We really are into it.
I know you are, and this is very special, and you're a special man, and I love your staff. You got a great staff, and your office is in Vestavia, right?
That is correct. Vestavia Hill is 1909 Laurel Road, Vestavia
Okay, now
Hill.
see if they're all hanging out there wanting to get these recipes.
Well, I would say to you that Cooking with Cancer wouldn't be where it is today without my staff. They have been critically important to the development of this program.
You know,
so you are.
Thank you. I feel like I've been adopted into your family, and I appreciate that, and I think we all need support, and that's what we're trying to be here for you out there, is to be supportive. So coming up next for us, Dr. Pineda, we're going to meet a young man that I think he's 12. He may be 14, I don't know, but we'll let Reed tell you how old he is and his passion for food and his favorite recipe while he was going through cancer.
Beautiful.
Stay with us.
Hi, I'm Tom Shufflebarger with Children's Health System.
I'm Edie Hand, author and TV host.
We're working together to let you know about Cooking Up Magic.
Yes, and we want you to enter a contest for children that are 18 and under who are diagnosed with cancer. Please send in your recipe today to win a free trip to Disney World for you and your family. Call 205-978-3568.
Or go to www.cookingwithcancer.org.
Do it today.
No matter what life's challenges might be, they can be overcome through faith, family, and friends. Read one woman's story of triumph in The Last Christmas Ride by Edie Hand and Jeffrey Addison. Available at Amazon.com and wherever books are sold.
Hi, I'm Edie Hand, and welcome back to the For the Health of It. And joining me in the kitchen is Reed Longrear. And Reed, I understand that you've had a couple of battles with cancer yourself. So you went through cancer, what, a couple years ago or a year ago?
A year ago.
A year ago. And you're 14?
I'm 14.
14. Now, what was your diagnosis?
Ewing sarcoma.
Now, what is Ewing sarcoma?
It is a tumor
And the tumor was where?
on my shoulder blade.
On your shoulder blade. Now, for a young man that wants to cook, right? You want to be a chef one day?
Yes, that is my dream.
That's your dream. So that was pretty scary, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's very kind of out there and scary.
Well, you're looking great, I might add, right now. So you've had good doctors and good help?
I had great doctors, great staff at the Children's Hospital.
That's wonderful. And I have met your mother and your dad and your little sister, and I see that you've had a lot of support at home, too.
Yeah, they've been a lot of help.
And that's very important when you're going through this. And I understand when you were going through it, there was a contest going on at Children's Hospital and through Dr. Pineda's office with Cooking with Cancer called Cooking Up Magic. Is that right?
Yes, that is right.
And you entered it.
Yep.
And what was that recipe that you came up with?
Tilapia with mango salsa.
That's pretty big for a little boy. Is that one of your favorite recipes that you, or you could eat that during your time with radiation and cancer
Yeah.
treatments?
I like that recipe because like my dad made it and I was like so surprised because I could actually taste it.
Well, he wanted to do something special for you.
Yes.
I love that. Now, let's everybody look at this beautiful recipe. Now, what ingredients went into this, Reed?
Just one fillet of tilapia, one mango, and cilantro, and a tomato. And then we got some coleslaw and our regular Italian dressing. And we can flour, batter, just regular batter.
And you just plated it up and put a little accent on there, and we've got it in our Cooking with Cancer platter or plate, and it looks really nice. Everybody around here is wanting to eat it.
I don't blame them.
You love it too. Well, I know one of the other things that you like is not only with your food, but you like sports too, don't you?
I do.
Well, I told you that we had a little surprise for you, so I know that coming up next, we're going to be talking about some things with our good friend Patrick Means, and I want you to hang around because he's going to bring out a special surprise for you. Are you up for surprises?
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to tell you something else is that I think that it would be nice if we told people too that would like to enter this contest of cooking up magic this year. Are you going to enter it again?
Yeah, I am.
Ah, are you going to tell us what you're going to enter? Or are you going to keep it a secret?
That's a secret.
Okay, well, you have to be 18 years old and under and going through cancer to submit your recipe. And the winner, what's pretty good, the grand prize winner gets a free trip to Disney World. How about that?
That is great.
Yeah, so, well, I hope you win it this year. I mean, I know you were runner-up. Weren't you a runner-up?
Yeah, I was.
So, well, hey, it's time for you to step up and be the winner. You and your whole family would get to go.
Yeah. That's a big trip, too.
That's a big trip. So if you'd like to enter, you can also just log on to cookingwithcancer.org and let them know what your recipe is. And now the deadline is November the 1st, so they better hurry so they can get it in. I bet you've already sent yours in.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure the judges are going to enjoy your recipe, just like the viewers are going to want to log on to the website and view this. So stay with us, and we'll be right back with Reed and Patrick.
Hi, I'm Tom Shufflebarger with Children's Health System.
I'm Edie Hand, author and TV host.
We're working together to let you know about cooking up magic.
Yes, and we want you to enter a contest for children that are 18 and under who are diagnosed with cancer. Please send in your recipe today to win a free trip to Disney World for you and your family. Call 205-978-3568.
Or go to www.cookingwithcancer.org.
Do it today.
No matter what life's challenges might be, they can be overcome through faith, family, and friends. Read One Woman's Story of Triumph in The Last Christmas Ride by Edie Hand and Jeffrey Addison. Available at Amazon.com and wherever books are sold.
Hi, and welcome back to For the Health of It. Joining us in the kitchen is Reed again, and we have Patrick Means with us again. Thank you.
Thanks for having me again.
Well, hey, I knew that we wanted to give a little special treat for Reed here, but before we get started, Reed been noticing that big ring there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a rather large ring that I call it my Liberace ring. It's pretty huge, but it's for the Offense-Defense Bowl that was put on by Rivals.com last year, in which I coached in as a high school All-American game for high school football seniors that are going on to play college football. I got to coach in it, and my team actually won the East Squad. So we were the champions, and this is what we received.
Well, that's pretty good. My husband is a football and basketball coach, and he's just like going to be envious that we're here doing this. Well, what's something special? You know that Reed has suffered from cancer
Right.
in his shoulder, and he loves to cook. He loves food and wants to be a chef, but he also likes sports, right, Reed?
Yeah.
Well, some things that we do, or what I do, is I run a company called One-on-One Kicking, and what we wanted to offer you is one free lesson to come out, and us, the top kicking coaches in the country, show you how to kick and punt. The punting coach is going to be Coach Mike McCabe, #1 kicking coach in the country, former punter for the Chicago Bears, and I'll do the kicking coaching I played at Ole Miss, and we want you to come out and join us for a lesson. What do you think?
I want to go.
There you go.
And I think they might get you one of those footballs, right?
Yeah, we might be able to get one of these footballs signed by a particular team of your choice, so we'll have fun with it.
Yeah. It's something I want to do.
That's pretty
Absolutely.
cool. Thank you, Patrick, for joining us.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Edie, for letting us, provide this opportunity for Reed here.
Well, I think it's great because we want to let you out there know that there are special things that because of For the Health of It with cooking with cancer.org, that you can have something special for you. We'd love to hear your stories. We'd love to hear what your needs are. And we're going to be coming up next talking with Gina and Dr. Pineda again on hearing what you've written into us about from Pickles. So stay with us.
Hi, I'm Tom Shufflebarger with Children's Health System.
I'm Edie Hand, author and TV host.
We're working together to let you know about cooking up magic.
Yes, and we want you to enter a contest for children that are 18 and under who are diagnosed with cancer. Please send in your recipe today to win a free trip to Disney World for you and your family. Call 205-978-3568.
Or go to www.cookingwithcancer.org.
Do it today.
No matter what life's challenges might be, they can be overcome through faith, family, and friends. Read One Woman's Story of Triumph in The Last Christmas Ride by Edie Hand and Jeffrey Addison. Available at Amazon.com and wherever books are sold.
Welcome back to For the Health of It. And this is the segment that we were talking to you about that has our Q&A, and this is with Pickles. And our voice of Pickles is Miss Gina, and we have Dr. Pineda back with us to answer some of these great questions, and I'll kind of chime in when it's needed. So welcome back.
Thank you, Miss Edie. Thank you for having us back. Pickles is always so thrilled when he gets responses from you guys in the audience. And most recently, we've had a few responses about the month that we're in, October, and that being Awareness Month, and what that means to several people and different things that we have that's going on around town.
Right, and I know there's a website. I think that they have Coleman.org. Is that, or is it Coleman?
ColemanAlabama.org
They
is the
probably have that for
website.
each state that they have.
They do, and that has different things that's going on. Like in the month of October for Alabama, we have the motorcycle ride, we have the Susan G. Coleman run. There are a lot of local restaurants, such as Panera, that has done the breast cancer bagel, that donate profits that go into cancer awareness.
And I think that's encouraging too, that we know that good corporate sponsors, Dr. Pineda, make a difference for your research in our hospitals around that. We've got our corporate sponsors that make a difference, and just like you, in giving back to our community to make life better for those that need it.
We want to light them up. You know, I want to make sure, my idea is that I want people to be concerned about cancer. We understand that the times are difficult, but we are seeing quite a lot of people who are missing plain simple monitoring because of the financial difficulties of the time. And then eventually the consequences of that in the long run are worse, because then we see people in worse status coming to see us medically whenever perhaps it's too difficult to be of any help. So we are encouraging everybody to please take care of your health, take responsibility for the things that you need to do, and to keep on going in having good health.
Preventive medicine, and that we talked in an earlier show that I shared that I am a breast cancer survivor, and that because of preventive medicine, I did not have to lose my breast, and my tumor, it had not metastasized, so it was able to take, do a lumpectomy, and that was just because of early detection. And I really want to encourage you that it's very important to have those early detections for yourself, because it, like Dr. Pineda said, it really makes a difference. And the longer we wait, something could be working on us for a long time. And I know I am the world's worst, because my friends say, Edie, you're just a workaholic and you don't go to the doctor as often as you, but I do take time. I do take time to go for my annual checkups. And when you're a chronic patient, you have to go every few months. So I do that. I don't always do it right on time, but I do it, so it's important.
Well, Miss Edie and Dr. Pineda, that actually reminds me of something that came in on the email to Pickles. And it said, I've had trouble over the past year with high copay and deductibles, and I find it hard to go and get my annual screenings. What would you suggest? And one of the comments that Pickles had written in is, a lot of hospitals, a lot of facilities have programs out there for patients that are having trouble meeting that deductible or that copay.
That's good to know.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. There are a lot of resources that can be utilized. If you can just talk to your health advisory, to your doctor, they will be happy to address you to the correct place so that things can be done for you. Things can be done to prevent problems for the future.
Take some of that stress off of yourself and make those calls, because there's always somebody there really willing to help you if you just will ask.
Absolutely.
Well, that brings me to another question that was written into Pickles, and it is, can cancer be prevented, Dr. Pineda?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I would say to you that there are many things that are cause of cancer that can be prevented if you just plain simple pay attention to it. Example number one, cigarette smoking is known to cause trouble with cancers of the lungs, cancers of the bladder, cancers of the kidneys. Lack of activity, the way you eat, diet that are very heavy in fat, animal fat, are likely to create troubles with colon cancers and gastric carcinomas. So yes, absolutely, you can be the owner of your own destiny if you plain simple take a little bit of attention and a little bit of prevention to it.
You know, in that case, then, if we, you know, is through your website maybe some tools there that could help our viewers on the cookingwithcancer.org? Were there some of those comments there, or would that be in our cookbook, more of that?
Well, absolutely, and the comment that I will make to you is, of course, our depthness in things is cooking with cancer, because cancer is what we do. Mm-hmm. However, there is no doubt to the fact that the way we eat has a lot to do with the health that we have. The problem with obesity, the problem with diabetes, the problem with hypertension, cardiovascular problems in this country are directly related to the way we eat. And we should be able to not only help people who are already sick, but eventually we should be able to help people to prevent sickness from happening.
Yeah, and I was reading something the other day that was about stress, that prolonged stress. Is that true? Is that prolonged stress could create cancer?
Oh, I think so. I think that directly or indirectly, stress will have the tendency to do that to you, either because it would imply, if you would, behavioral changes that typically will take you to the wrong path that will create troubles of that nature to you.
You know, I think that's true, that we do is like putting in our attitudes too, what we're putting into our stomachs, but what are we putting into our minds
Absolutely.
too, right?
Absolutely, absolutely.
And on the website, there are different links to different organizations that people can go in and they can research and find that stuff.
That's great. And I also know that there's a lot of people that ask me this too. They said, you know, what really, you know, is cancer exactly? Is there a definition that you can say what is cancer?
Well, I certainly don't wish to be exceedingly scientific about the matter, but the fact is that it is a group of problems. It's not just one problem at a time, but it's a group of them in which basically, for one reason or another, those little cells in your body have lost the ability to control themselves, and consequently they begin to behave erratically. They are reproducing more than what they should. Maybe they don't die as normal as they should, and they begin to spread to other parts of the body, creating what we call metastatic disease. So cancer is not just one at a time. Cancer is just many at a time, but they all have in common an abnormal proliferation of certain cells in your body that cannot be controlled anymore.
Well, and I think, is there something that we could also do, or has Pickles gotten anything about what people could, questions ask of what can they do to find out more information about some of their symptoms like that? Is there a book? Is there anything? Have you gotten some of those questions like that before?
We have gotten some of those questions before, and I think it's important that people be in touch with their bodies and what their bodies are trying to tell them. If you have a side effect that you've never had before that is persistent, then you should be listening to what your body says. You should go in for your screenings. When you go to your doctor, if you're a little confused of what's going on, take someone with you. Take a notebook. Write down what the doctor says so that you can review everything he went over with after you leave.
Well, I was just thinking too, you know, are you offended if somebody said, I'd love to get a second opinion?
Oh, no, not at all. As a matter of fact, that's something that we see every time, every day. The problem is so serious and so significant that you have the right to ask for a second opinion anytime. You deserve it. You have the right for it. We do not get offended by it. We encourage it. That's
very good. Well, you know, I was just thinking too that the various treatments that are out there today, what is some that, like when you just, if you're diagnosed with cancer, and some people don't have to have chemo, they just have radiation. What's the difference between that? Usually when you're diagnosed with something, for our viewers that may be sitting there looking at that, is if they have a loved one, why are they having the radiation and not the chemo? And so some people have it both, but why is it usually one or the or? Does that depend on the symptom or?
Well, it depends on the symptoms and depends as well on the nature of the cancer. And I would even say that these days, you had expanded, if you would, these armamentariums of things that you can do for people with cancer. It's no longer just surgery, it's no longer just radiation, it's no longer just chemotherapy. Now you have a lot of other things such as gene therapies, you have vaccines, you have targeted therapies, things that are lesser in the side effects and perhaps more specific. The greatness of this will be that I hope that one day perhaps cooking with cancer will not be longer needed because there will be no side effects to the treatment that is given.
I think that's so well said, is that that's one of the reasons that this show was certainly created, was out of a need for you. And that was your passion, that what medicine has done many wonderful things for you, but for you to give back to your patients and to other people out there that are suffering through this. And I think that's a beautiful thing that you're doing for mankind.
Thank you very much. And, you know, I keep on insisting, we don't necessarily have to answer for everything. I don't believe that I have those answers. I am trying to create awareness. I am trying to lift that spirit to try to help these people. I am trying not only to provide, I am actually wanting to receive. I want to know from you people what kind of things you go through and what has been your solution so that we can apply to somebody else. Let's share the benefits so that everybody gets benefit with.
I think that's wonderful because, you know, it takes all of us to make things work in this life. And it's very important that you be proactive for your own health. And I think that our nutrition is certainly taking a big change in our destiny for our health. And that's what we hope to bring about as a team together, what we all bring together with this Cooking with Cancer team. And I want to thank you, Gina, and you. And if people want to email or write into you or the phone number, would you tell our viewers?
Sure. Pickles would love to get your comments out there, questions that you have regarding your health care or nutritional needs. And you can email Pickles on our website. There's actually a link, which is cookingwithcancer.org. And you can go under Contact Us, and there's a link to Pickles' email address. Or you can email him directly at pickleswithcookingwithcancer.org.
And I think that's great because you can also find out about Cooking Up Magic, which is a program that they started a couple years ago with kids with cancer. So be sure you can email in or call your number to find out more about this. And thank you, Dr. Pineda, for another good show and a wonderful opportunity of giving back to our community, and I appreciate you very much. And thank you, Gina. She's a voice of Pickles.
Miss Edie.
And coming up soon, you're going to get to see a Pickles that we have customized just for you. So join us next time right here in my kitchen for the health of it. You're watching For the Health of It, a guide for cancer patients. This is being brought to you by Cooking with Cancer, Inc. Log on to www.cookingwithcancer.org.
Hi, I'm Tom Shufflebarger with Children's Health System.
I'm Edie Hand, author and TV host.
We're working together to let you know about Cooking Up Magic.
Yes, and we want you to enter a contest for children that are 18 and under who are diagnosed with cancer. Please send in your recipe today to win a free trip to Disney World for you and your family. Call 205-978-3568.
Or go to www.cookingwithcancer.org.
Do it today.